If you are a remote worker that kind of loves to travel, here are some important items you must never travel without to avoid had I known. Number one is an alternative power source in form of power bank. Sometimes you might travel to a new place and coincidentally, that day you travel to that place is the day those people will be having unusual situations such as emergency power outage. To avoid putting yourself in a situation whereby you'll be struggling to find a way to to power your gadgets like your laptop or your cell phone which you're using to work remotely, always prepare ahead. Make it your culture to travel with an alternative power source in form of power bank. There is even a portable power bank right now that can power your laptop. The second one is Bluetooth headphone. You see, sometimes you might find yourself in a noisy environment, maybe a new city that maybe you don't know much about. You just want to go and explore, and you find yourself in this really noisy environment and you can't just help it. Using the headphones like has active noise cancellation will go a long way to minimize the impact of the noisy environment which you find yourself. Now the next one is wrist rest. You see, this one might not sound so important, but if you sit down one place and work for long hours, you will understand the importance of this simple tool. When you sit down on a desk for long hour with your hand on the mouse, working on maybe a very important project, that's when you will realize that some certain places that don't used to pain you will just begin to pain you. And to avoid this kind of unnecessary discomfort, you need to arm yourself with every tool that will make you really comfortable. And wrist rest is one of those tools that will make you feel comfortable as a remote worker. An ergonomic Bluetooth mouse. If you are a remote worker that is still using those ancient of days wired mouse, after watching this video, you need to immediately switch to wireless mouse. Because sometimes you might be in a situation whereby you need to attend to an issue really fast. It may become that at that moment is when the cord, your mouse cord will just begin to tangle around other items here and just make everything so annoying. To avoid such situations, you need to immediately switch to wireless mouse. And the next one is laptop stand. I know your laptop screen, the desktop part of it, can rotate forward or backwards, okay? But the keyboard part is always horizontal, and sometimes that horizontal keyboard is not really ideal for maximum productivity. So that is when you need laptop stand, so that you will be better position your hand, to work on really stringent projects that requires long hours of sitting on your computer. Laptop stand is another important tool you must never travel without if you're a remote worker that enjoys traveling. The next on our list is pocket Wi-Fi. Nothing is as important to a remote worker as a strong network connection. Yes, nothing is as important to a remote worker as a strong network connection. Without strong network, you can't do anything. And it is worse if you are moving from one place to another. If you are staying in one place where you are living might have a very strong network, but when you travel to another location, you might find it difficult to get very strong network. This is where your pocket Wi-Fi comes handy. It has to provide very stable network to you. And trust me, you can't trust the public Wi-Fi in the hotel where you lodged, or the cafe where you might have maybe checked in, or maybe the train where you boarded. You can't trust such public facilities because some of them might just fail you at the moment you need them the most. So to avoid such situations, you need to arm yourself with your own personal pocket Wi-Fi, okay, that will provide you the internet service you need and when you need them. Next on our list is a very, very important one, especially if you are a remote worker that travels from one place to another at the same time working. What am I talking about here? Privacy screen filter. There's what we call shoulder surfing in IT, okay? There are some people that have magnetic eye, okay? They'll just pass across your shoulder and then with just a simple glance on your screen, they will capture everything you are doing on screen. And from there, they can steal vital information from your screen. This information may include your password or maybe your bank information or just anything. So if you're a type of person that works remotely, and of course, sometimes you might need to be working in places like in open places like maybe the cafe or just anywhere that is open, you need a privacy screen filter. And don't say you're a smart type that nothing will happen. Something will happen. There are some people whose job is just to go about looking for people who will lose guard, that they will steal their sensitive information and steal from those people. Okay, So the only way to prevent this as a remote worker who loves to travel is to equip your PC with a privacy screen filter. Very, very important. USB powered fan. You see, comfort is very important if you want to maximize your productivity as a remote worker. But if you're a type of person that is traveling from one place to another, you can never be certain what will happen where you are going. In order to give yourself the maximum comfort you need for you to work maximally, you need to carry alongside every other item a portable USB powered fan, which you can be using, to cool yourself when needed. This is another very important one, especially if you are traveling to countries or cities that normally experience very high temperature. So portable USB powered fan is another very important item you must have at your disposal if you're a remote worker that loves traveling. Now, a USB flash or a portable SSD. Now, I want to ask you, as a remote worker, how often do you back up your vital information? How often do you back up your vital information? Believe you me, anything can happen at any time. Anything can happen at any time. That your laptop where you're saving everything, anything can happen to it. And when it happens, your employer might not listen to you. Yes, your employer might not listen to you. So for you to be at the safer side, you need to form the habit of backing up vital information on a separate storage device, such as a flash drive or an SSD, just for security purposes. Let's say, God forbid, you had a minor accident and your system got affected to the extent that you cannot immediately access certain information. How will you continue your work? You can walk into a cyber and access internet, you can access computer, you can even decide to buy a computer, but those informations, you might not be able to access them in that same emergency situations. So for you to be at the safer side, you need to form the habit of backing up vital information on flash drive or SSD for security purposes. That is it, guys. I hope you learned something from this video. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a like, and also do well to share this video so that other people will learn from it, and we'll keep ourselves informed and we'll keep ourselves updated about everything remote job. Thank you, and as always, I will see you in the next one.